When you spend long hours on the road, the last thing you want is a small, cramped screen or a GPS that treats your 18-wheeler like a tiny hatchback. That's exactly where the Garmin dēzl OTR1020 starts to feel different the moment you see it. The huge 10-inch high-resolution screen instantly gives you that sense of clarity and confidence, the kind of visibility that makes every glance feel easier and every turn feel more predictable. It feels like driving with a window into the route rather than a little map you have to squint at, and that oversized display becomes one of those features you didn't realize you truly needed until you experience it in the truck. The real magic, though, is how the OTR1020 tailors guidance specifically for truck driving. This isn't a repurposed car navigation system with a few trucking settings sprinkled on top. It uses your vehicle's weight, height, length, width, and even hazardous material considerations to calculate routes that actually make sense for your rig. No more pulling up to a low bridge with your stomach dropping or discovering a sharp residential road that feels like it was never meant for a trailer. The custom routing feels like having a co-driver with years of trucking experience, always making sure you avoid unnecessary stress. One thing that stands out immediately is the satellite imagery. When you're rolling into unfamiliar distribution centers, factories, or warehouses, those last few hundred meters can be the most confusing. That's where the high-quality visuals from above help you see entrances, gates, and loading docks exactly as they look in the real world. Instead of blindly guessing which side of a building you should enter from, you get a clear preview, reducing that awkward slow crawling and circling that every trucker knows far too well. There's also something very practical and very trucker-friendly about the community-driven information. The OTR1020 lets drivers share details about loading docks, entrances, and parking spots. That means the more people use it, the better your experience becomes. You're not just relying on what's printed on the map. You're tapping into real observations from people who drive the same roads you do. This creates a kind of silent teamwork where everyone on the highway helps make the next person's trip a little smoother. Another feature that really stands out is the wind and weather guidance. When you're hauling a tall trailer, crosswinds and sudden weather changes can turn a routine trip into something unpredictable. The OTR1020 provides wind speed data, alerts, and road conditions so you can react before the situation becomes uncomfortable. It feels like navigating with a built-in weather scout constantly scanning ahead to protect you, your truck, and your cargo. And while the screen is large, the interface stays surprisingly easy to use. Buttons respond smoothly, maps are crisp, routing feels quick, and the voice commands let you stay hands-free when you need to. The size doesn't slow anything down. Instead, it makes everything more readable, from lane guidance to exit numbers to intersection views. When you're out on long highways or deep into urban delivery zones, that clarity makes you feel less strained and more in control. Another useful part is how it finds truck-friendly parking, rest stops, and fuel stations. Anyone who has worked through overnight runs or long multi-state hauls knows exactly how stressful it can be trying to find a legitimate truck-safe place to stop, especially at the end of an exhausting shift. The Garmin OTR1020 filters these locations with truck-specific considerations so you can stop planning breaks halfway blind and start navigating with confidence that the place you're heading to is actually meant for your vehicle. What makes the OTR1020 stand out even more is how it integrates with your overall workflow. You can plan trips on your phone or computer and sync them, manage break times more easily, and keep track of the bigger journey without juggling multiple apps. Everything comes together into a centralized navigation hub designed for long-distance trucking, local deliveries, multi-stop plans, and anything in between. Even little details like lane departure cues, upcoming services, and realistic map views add to that feeling of being supported throughout the drive. It's the kind of device that doesn't just tell you where to go. It helps you understand the road ahead, anticipate turns, avoid stressful bottlenecks, and make decisions with a lot more confidence. If you're someone who spends a major portion of your weekly hours behind the wheel, the Garmin dēzl OTR1020 feels less like a gadget and more like an essential upgrade to your driving environment. It's built big for a reason. It's built smart for truckers, and it's built to make every mile feel a little smoother, safer, and easier to manage. And for anyone who wants a navigation experience that feels professional, reliable, and genuinely helpful, this device truly stands out as one of the strongest options available today.